Join me as I take on the challenge of reflecting on my biggest past mistakes and using them to shape a brighter future. Learning from past mistakes is one of the most crucial steps in personal growth. It's a process that allows us to reflect on what went wrong, understand the reasons behind it, and most importantly, apply those lessons to shape a successful future. By doing so, we can avoid making the same mistakes over and over again, and instead, use those experiences to fuel our progress. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to learn from their mistakes is denial. It's easy to get caught up in justifying our actions or blaming others, rather than taking responsibility for our own mistakes. Fear of failure is another major obstacle. The thought of confronting our mistakes can be daunting, and it's often easier to just move on and hope that things will get better on their own. But the truth is, if we don't face our mistakes head-on, we're likely to repeat them. Another challenge is the tendency to dwell on our mistakes, rather than using them as learning opportunities. It's natural to feel regret or disappointment after making a mistake, but getting stuck in those emotions can prevent us from moving forward. And then there's the fear of what others might think. We're often worried about how others will perceive us if they find out about our mistakes, which can lead us to hide or deny them. Lastly, there's the challenge of actually extracting valuable lessons from our mistakes. It's not enough to just acknowledge that we made a mistake. We need to understand what went wrong and how we can improve next time. This requires a certain level of self-awareness and introspection, which can be difficult to develop. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He's famously quoted as saying, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His persistence and willingness to learn from his mistakes ultimately led to the invention of the light bulb. Another example is J.K. Rowling, who was a single mom living on welfare when she started writing the Harry Potter series. Her books were rejected by 12 publishers. But she didn't give up. She used those rejections as an opportunity to learn and improve her writing. The story of Steve Jobs is also a great example. He was fired from his own company, Apple, but he used that experience to learn and come back stronger. He went on to create some of the most innovative products of our time, like the iPhone and the iPad. These stories show us that making mistakes is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. So how can we effectively learn from our mistakes and apply those lessons to our future? One powerful insight is to practice self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your mistakes and ask yourself what went wrong and what you could have done differently. Another method is to reframe your mistakes as learning opportunities. Instead of seeing them as failures, view them as chances to grow and improve. It's also helpful to develop a growth mindset, which allows you to see challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth, rather than threats to your ego. And finally, don't be afraid to seek feedback from others. Sometimes all it takes is a fresh perspective to help us see our mistakes in a new light. In conclusion, reflecting on our past mistakes is crucial for personal growth and shaping a successful future. By learning from our mistakes, we can avoid repeating them and make better decisions moving forward. If you've had a similar experience of learning from your mistakes, share it with me in the comments below. If you're interested in more videos on personal development strategies, check out my next video on building resilience.